Hello, everyone, and happy Monday. So today's little, I guess, Dharma talk is um, on something that came up yesterday while I was in church of all places. I'm reading a book um, where I'm part of a book study group, and it talks about like an unlikely Lent, and you get to hear about the characters in the Bible that are essentially you don't hear like their background story, right? And because usually this story is around a central character like Jesus and the crucifixion and his death and then his rebirth and that sort of thing. And so, anywho, um, but the point of this was that one of the characters that came up was Simon of I think it's called Shire or Shire. It's like literally to put on a place of a map. It is about 800 miles from Jerusalem. Okay, so this would have been an impossible trek for someone to come, and he was really coming to just for what he thought was going to be the Passover celebrations and the Jewish tradition, and he ends up carrying the cross of Jesus. That is going to be his crucifixion. And the tagline and that whole chapter revolved around how he didn't sign up for this. That was the question that this chapter opened with. And so now I'm going to open it to you all, and you can share or not if you want, and great. But where in your life have things come up where you literally find yourself saying, like, I didn't sign up for this. Okay. And in the story, he talks about like this, but it could be a broken marriage, it could be a betrayal, it could be just broken friendships. You get fired from your job. um you have cancer, you have a big sickness. There's so many different ways that you could turn around and say, I didn't sign up for this, right? And so if there's some, and then we all have it, we all have stuff that we didn't sign up for. And I guess so the when you go to share today, if you can go as deep or as surface as you want on this, but my share, because it was around like, how do you take something that you didn't sign up for and then turn it around. And in my case, I I didn't sign up for my ex to uh break up the way that he did with me. And I didn't sign up for that heartbreak and all that, that came forward because of that. However, it did take me down a path of learning about attachment styles, and something that, like, I knew sort of on a surface level, but I really did not know. And I learned about what it is to be an avoidant and versus an anxious, and then the goal is to move to secure. Okay, and it really actually helped me in my healing process, because I thought, my ex had broken up with me, that it was just so unique to me, you know um and I, through my healing process, I found out, and my voice, because I was very vocal about this breakup online, and I just to make sense out of it. And I, even though I was very public about it, like if people didn't comment on my Facebook page about a particular post, because I wasn't doing it for the accolades, I was doing it so that other people can, like, learn from my experience. Um, I would get at least 2 to 3 private messages a day to my inbox that said something along the lines of like, you know, this exact same thing happened to me. Thank you so much for sharing and telling, speaking a voice to a pain that I couldn't put a voice to, right? And it was because I did that healing work and I started to learn about the attachment theories and what an avoidant dump is and an avoidant discard and just all the stuff that it made me feel less alone. And that's, I guess, the whole point of this is that sometimes, just like yesterday with Simon of Shayer or Crayer, I don't know how they say that, you didn't sign up for this, but in his suffering of carrying like Jesus's cross that was going to be used for the crucifixion, he also stood, he was able to hold space. He didn't sign up to do that, but at the same time, he was able to be in service to Jesus. And by carrying his cross, which he would soon be crucified on. And then that right there is like super powerful, And so if you want to share, and if you don't, you can absolutely just say, I'd like to pass, and you would be fine. But if you would like to speak into something about how you didn't sign up for something and then you were able to turn it around, I'd love to hear it.
I can go, Cindy. I don't know. I'm much younger than you guys, so I feel like some of my sign up situations have been a little more like they've been happening more often, I guess, as I've been growing up. And also as I talk to you ladies about what's been going on in my life. So I guess I didn't really sign up for literally most of these like friendship, classmate, relationship experiences because I think growing up, I was always very much protected by my parents. And when I was in college, I kind of like protected myself a lot by putting myself at, I was working all the time. I didn't go out all the time. So now that I'm in more of a situation where I think I've been more open with people with my personality. And since I'm always with people all the time and, I have no choice, like I'm growing up, I have to be who I am. I guess I didn't feel like I signed up for a lot of these different interactions I have with people. Like
Yeah.
I think I told you I was in like a group project. I had to be the group leader, and I didn't expect someone to talk the way they spoke to me. And then I was like, and I thought I knew them, but then I'm like, wait, I can't really keep assuming that I know people, and that I have to also, I can't assume how I appear to other people, and I have to kind of come to terms with that. And I know there's another situation where one of my classmates, like called me out on something that I didn't even know I was doing. And I guess, they know I mean no harm, but also I'm not realizing it's happening. So I'm kind of happy that some of this is happening to me now, that some people are reacting this way to me, because it's making me understand like how far can I go when I talk to people? How much when do I take a step back? So I think it's been more of a realization of like when to take a step back. And
Yeah.
like I never expected to be in this kind of situation ever, because I've always been kind of putting this kind of mask and shell in front of me. But now I think as I've been growing in the past few years, and also my birthday's on Wednesday.
Oh,
So
great.
I
Happy
guess
early birthday.
as
Yes.
I turn 28,
Yes.
um,
Happy early birthday.
I mean, it's kind of crazy because last year, you know what I went through. And when I turned 27, I never really signed up for just going on like a dating app and realizing it wasn't for me. And then meeting other people and telling me how to study or even how to run my life. I didn't know that was going to happen to me. So the past year has been a lot of growth. So it's kind of crazy that last year how I was versus now. It's it's been
Yeah.
pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great share. Thank you. And by the way, age has nothing to do with it. I actually do very much resonate with what you shared, Sam, because, even though I probably have a good, 20 something plus years on you, um, I still face very similar issues in friend groups and mean girl groups and people that I thought that I knew that, you betray your trust and you're like, you don't actually know them and you make assumptions. And yeah, so I get it, but trust me, it's still in your 50s, it's still same issues. And I'm sure Margaret could probably say in your 60s that it's still the same issues.
Human issues, I think, and maybe women have, maybe the experience we're talking about is, I don't know for sure, but I'm just wondering if, because women tend to be relational
Yeah.
anyway, or
Yeah.
sort of than do, and so that kind of sets us up for having more issues, I think.
Yeah.
Oh boy. All right. So I'm not going to be super specific, but I'll do a little specific. So I would say in both of my marriages, but there was an aspect of I didn't sign up for this. In my first one, when well, the thing that drove us apart completely. I mean, I was never really fully in, but nevertheless, he went from being a banjo playing hippie to a Rush Limbaugh fanatic over the course of our 13 and a half, 14-year marriage. And I did not sign up for that.
Oh, hell no. Oh my
So,
gosh.
and I mean, one good thing though is that we had a big blowout over something when Trump was running, or anyway, on through Facebook. We had a run in the first time Trump ran, and and that could have been the end of our relationship. But we have two daughters together, and he lives, in Montana, and I had to really dig deep to be clear about, um, I guess, what is most important, and then and was there something of what happened that I actually could apologize for? Because it was like, it took me a whole week of processing, like 24/7, to get to the place where I could apologize, so I could feel okay about, like, I could feel it was truthful, like I could apologize for one piece of the interaction, and then also acknowledge that we have grandchildren together. I mean, it was just right when my oldest grandson was born. So, like, we have grandchildren together. So we need to, basically we need to come to some sort of place of commonality and put that as the highest priority, and not get, especially, inflamed about politics or details or that kind of thing. And it worked out really well. It has worked out really well, and so much so he loaned me loaned me the money to buy the car that I just bought.
Right. Wow.
Yeah,
Talking about coming full circle. So
yeah. So I'll just leave it at that one.
yeah, that's a good, powerful one. And yes, so thank you all for being vulnerable. And this is part of our yoga practice. It is the sharing of our stories. This is called a Dharma talk, but it is the sharing and the vulnerability of our stories, and the openness that you allow yourself to be seen and to see and to be seen, right? Because the goal out of all of this, okay, is to become the most authentic version of ourselves, to be able to speak our truth, to stand up for who we are, okay, not who the world projects us to be, and to go to act, you know, to take bold, courageous, confident action every single day, so that you may live your most fullest life and be your most authentic self. And I hope that that is my gift in having these Dharma talks, that before we do yoga and before we do whatever, I hope that that's the gift that you take from this, aside from moving our physical bodies. So, yeah. Okay, let's get into child's pose because we need to definitely move. Spread the fingers wide, land on the mat, take a deep breath in, take a deep breath out. Coming into this place of gratitude, grounding. Deep breath in, deep breath out. One more inhale. One more exhale. Good. Then gently come onto all fours. We're going to go into, so you're going to stretch the left arm and point the right toes. Reach forward, staying on the breath. Deep breath in. Reach the left arm, point the right toes, deep breath out. In and out through the nose. We're going to go right to Ujjayi breath. Left hand is going to tap that right knee. You're going to point and extend. In and out through the nose. Got a couple more. And then wrap around, grab the top of the right foot. As you press into the right hand, opening up that left shoulder. Deep breath in, deep breath out. In and out through the nose. One more inhale. One more exhale. Good. And then release and then switch it out. Okay. So extend the right arm, left foot. Reach the right arm forward. Link the left toes. Activate the belly in and out through the nose. Right hand taps the left knee. Reach and extend, point and extend. One more. Wrap around and then grab the top of that left foot. Kick up, kick in, reach up, lift up. Staying on the breath. Deep breath in and out through the nose. Good, Margaret, good. Sam, good. And then come back. And then just find your way in the middle of the mat. Sit down on the heels. Bring the hands to center. We're going to take 3 breaths before we do our Om. So see if you can just ground into the sit bones. Press maybe the fronts of the shins into the mat if you're on your knees. Maybe you're sitting on blocks. Maybe the sit bone is on the block. Okay. Find the space between the palms. Look through the third eye. Take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath out. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale for 1 collective Om. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Good. And then gently open the eyes. Happy Monday, everyone. Press the palms out. Keep the breath moving in and out through the nose. Deep breath in, deep breath out. You're going to inhale the arms up to the center. Exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Okay. Breath is in and out through the nose. We're going to really start working the yoga this evening. So just Inhale and exhale, in and out through the nose. Okay, we're going to start going to the third and fourth chakras. Keep going. Good. We got 3, 2, and 1. Good. And then you're going to just stay here again. You can sit cross-legged or you can sit on the heels, but the arms are going to come out to 45-degree angles. We're going to go into adrenal twist. This, again, acts as a natural flush, cortisol flush button from the kidneys. Hormone balancing. Arms are at 45-degree angles. You'll inhale, twist to the right through the nose. Exhale, twist left through the nose. Inhale, exhale, keep moving. Eyes are closed. In and out through the nose. We got 3, 2, 1. Last one. Inhale, exhale. Good. And then walk yourself gently out and over onto all fours as you gently push yourself up and back to downward facing dog. Walk out the dog, in and out through the nose, pedaling the feet left and right. Inhale, come up on the toes. Exhale, heels. Inhale, take a deep squat. Exhale, heels. Inhale, toes. Exhale, heels. Inhale, take a deep squat. Exhale, heels. Inhale, toes. Exhale, heels. Inhale, squat. Exhale, heels. 2 more. Inhale, toes. In and out through the nose. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, toes. Exhale, heels. Inhale, steep squat. Exhale, heels. Warrior 1, right side. You're going to rise. Warrior 2. Reverse. Side angle. Right hand, right knee. Left hand comes over. And then you're going to take a half bind. So we're going to do this several times. Right arm is going to go through the right knee. Left arm meets it. You'll open up, in and out through the nose. Okay, then you're going to release the bind. You're going to rise back up to warrior 1. Okay, so you're going to keep moving. Warrior 1, warrior 2. Reverse, in and out through the nose, side angle. Take the bind. Right arm goes under that right knee. Left arm to meet it. Look up, 1 breath. Good. Swing the arms back up. Warrior 1. Good, Sam. Warrior 2. Reverse. Side angle. Take the bind. Okay. Good. Warrior 1. 2. Reverse. Side angle. Take the bind. Good. Last one. This time we're going to hold. Warrior 1. Bending. So your feet stay in position in this whole segment. Okay. All we're doing is just changing the arms. Lift up, reach up, in and out through the nose. Should be getting pretty warm right now. Warrior 2. And this is about being present in the moment on your mat. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Inhale, exhale. Good. Reverse, right hand up, left hand down the back leg. Again, legs are not moving. So make sure you have that nice wide stance, bend in that right knee, lift up, reach up, stretch up. Good. Side angle, right hand faces up, left hand up and over. Good, Margaret. Deep breath in, deep breath out. In and out through the nose. Good. Take the bind. Right hand drops in front of that right knee. Left hand to meet it. You can also just have the space in between the arms and the back. Open up, bend in that right knee. Hold and breathe for 5. In and out through the nose for 4, 3, 2, 1. And then come out of the bind. Turn on that left toe. As the left hand comes down to the mat, you're going to open to the right. So now you're in a twist. Stay here for 5, in and out through the nose. For 4, we are doing a new sequence, so just stay with me. For 2 and 1, you're going to drop into lizard. Drop the left knee, extend the toes, elbows come down to the block or to the floor, and you're going to open up the knife edge of that right foot as you breathe. We're going to be here for 10 breaths. The issues are in the tissues, and we are holding lizard for an unusually long time. Okay, so you do what you need to do to be comfortable and breathe. So it's left foot is back, you're on the knife edge of that right foot, you're down on the elbows, you're breathing in and out through the nose. Halfway there. We got 3, 2, and 1. Good. Slowly come up and out. And then come to the knees as you take extended child. Okay. So when we do a deep hip and opener like this, we're going to have a deep rest. So we're going to be an extended child before we move to the other side. Reach the arms forward, nose on the mat. In and out through the nose. Okay, your heart rate should be climbing at this point. Feel the breath in the back of the rib cage, maybe at the bottom of the rib cage. Feel it entering the diaphragm and then coming out through the nose. See if you can start to slow down the breath. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. We've got 3, 2, 1. Good. And then gently push yourself up and back. Once again, downward dog. Pedal the dog, walk the dog. Inhale, come up on the toes. Exhale, heels. Inhale, take a deep squat. Exhale, heels. Inhale, toes. Exhale, heels. Deep squat, heels. In and out through the nose. Toes, heels, deep squat, heels. Toes, heels, deep squat, heels. Toes, heels, deep squat, heels. Last round. Inhale, exhale, deep squat, exhale. Good. Warrior 1, left side. Okay. Make sure your legs are right for this sequence. Rise, inhale. Warrior 2. Reverse. Side angle. Take the bind. Left hand goes under that left knee. Right hand to meet it. 1 breath. Good. Swing the arms up and out. Warrior 1. Warrior 2. Reverse. Side angle. Take the bind. Good. Swing the arms back up. Warrior 1. Warrior 2. Good, Margaret. Reverse. Side angle. In and out through the nose. Take the bind. Swing up. Warrior 1. Warrior 2. Side angle. Take the bind. Last round. This time we're going to hold. Warrior 1. In and out through the nose as you breathe. Warrior 2. Okay. Legs are firm. They're not moving. The only things that are shifting are the arms. Look over that left middle finger. Reverse. Side angle, left hand, left knee, right hand up and over. Gazes at that right elbow point. Good, Sam. Margaret, you got it. Last one, take the bind. Left hand drops under that left knee. Right hand to meet it. You're going to open up that right shoulder and breathe for 5, 4, 3, in and out through the nose for 2, 1. And then release the right hand down to the mat as you turn the right toe. Left hand swings up and open. You're in a crescent twisted pose for 5, 4, for 3, right hand is down, left hand is up. 2, 1. Good. And then you're going to drop into lizard. Right knee to the mat, extend the toes, come down to the elbows or the block, open up the knife edge of that left foot and breathe. Okay, 10 counts. 10. In and out through the nose, counts as 1 breath. 9, 8, 7, 6. Keep breathing in and out through the nose. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Slowly come up and then come back on all fours and then take extended child. Okay. Deep hip opener and then a deep release. Take those hips back, reach forward, nose to the mat. 10 breaths. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. In and out through the nose. Halfway there. Use the breath to, again, detoxify from the inside out. Two more breaths. Last round. Good. And then gently push yourself up. You're just going to come to a half squat. So you're going to be on your toes. You're going to be in a squat. You're going to walk to the top of the mat, kind of in this half squat pose. So you're kind of like on your tippy toes. You're going to come to the top of the mat and you're going to drop into a deep squat. Okay. So you're going to be at the top of the mat. You're going to drop your butt down. You're going to use the palms and then the knees, the elbows to open up the knees. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Again, we're going to stay here. Your gaze is over maybe the tops of the fingertips. It's your drishti is right over the tops of the fingertips. You're not really looking at anything. It's like a third eye gaze, but you are looking, okay? Deep breath in, deep breath out. In and out through the nose for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You're going to plant the hands onto the mat. As you slowly roll up, walk the feet in hip width distance apart and grab the big toes as you gently pull, pull, pull. Feel the stretch in the backs of the legs. Maybe roll the neck around in and out through the nose. Good. Gorilla pose, palms to feet, second and third toes at the wrist points. Pull, gently pull, pull, pull. Again, roll out the neck if that feels good for you. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Feeling the stretch in the backs of the legs. Last one, inhale and exhale. Breath is still in and out through the nose. Halfway, hands to shins, fold. Good. And then you're going to take the arms out to a T as you rise, using the belly to rise. Circle the arms all the way up, over the head, and then bring them to heart center. Good. Whew. All right. Is everyone warmed up? Grab some water. All right. Okay, middle of the mat. We're going to do what's called some hip swings. So you're literally going to bring the right foot up, and then you'll take the right foot back. Okay, so you're just going to take the right foot. You'll inhale it up, in and out through the nose, exhale to airplane. Okay, inhale up, exhale, airplane. Inhale up, exhale, airplane. In and out through the nose. Keep it going. Left leg is steady and locked. Okay. You're going to feel this. There's quite a lot of energy in the hips that we're doing today. Okay. Good. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Good. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Woo, shake that out. Okay, we're going to do the left side. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, take it back. So in through the nose, out through the nose, okay? And again, the right leg is your stabilizing leg, okay? And you're also keep moving that left hip, that swing. So you're not swinging so violently that you lose your balance. It's nice and controlled. Inhale up, exhale back. Okay, in and out through the nose. This is hard, you all. Okay, inhale up, exhale back. We've got 3, 2, and 1. Good. Whew. And shake it out. Okay, maybe bring the knees up. Shake it out. All right, we're going to just gently tap the kidney points. So literally the back of your hand is going to hit around here. It's at the bottom of the rib cage, right where the kidneys sit, the adrenals. Okay, same thing here. And you're just going to use, you're going to tap the kidney points. This is, you're crossing the meridians of the body, and then you're just going to tap the kidney points with the back of the hand. So you are doing like a tap. Okay, you're not like smashing yourself or hurting, but you are, yeah, that's it, Margaret. Yep, good. Sam, yeah, good. So you really want to make contact with those. Keep going. You can close the eyes. In and out through the nose. Good. We got 3, 2, and 1. Good. Then you're going to come in. You're going to stand into mountain pose. So you're going to ground into the feet. You're going to feel like there's roots in the middle of your arches that are anchoring yourself into the earth. The legs are pushed back to the wall. The belly is pulled in. The arms are hanging off of the socket. So you're going to do what's called a Ula Bandha lock in the belly. So you're going to take your belly button visually, and you're going to turn it either to 3 o'clock or 6 o'clock. So that means you're just going to, you visually see yourself turning the belly button to either 3 or 6 o'clock. So you're creating a lock in the body. Deep breath in. Okay, you're standing tall like a mountain. Your feet are grounded into the earth. Okay, there's roots that are literally going into the earth. Okay, and it's keeping you strong. Your palms are open. Your chin is level with the floor. You're looking through the third eye, and you're breathing in and out through the nose. The arms are not just hanging. It is an active hang. So the arms are active. The shoulders are up and back. The tailbone, you're going to do another internal sort of tuck of the tailbone, okay? So the belly is locked. The tailbone's got a slight tuck, so you're almost like rounding the hips forward. The arms are hanging. The chin is level with the floor. Your feet are still grounded. It's got those roots in the middle of the arch to the earth. And then you're breathing in and out through the nose. This is what it feels like to be present in your body. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Inhale, exhale. Good. One more breath in. One more breath out. Good. And then just gently, when you're ready, slowly, gently open your eyes, coming back to the moment. Okay. Just give me a thumbs up if you're feeling okay. Yep, good. Margaret, yeah, great. Good. Both of you, thumbs up. Good. Okay. Last one of the series here, tree. So you're going to bring the right foot to the inside of the left calf or the inner part of the left thigh. You're going to ground down. You're going to bring again, the belly is going to go in. Okay. And the fingers can be in mudra, or arms can be in mudra up above, or the palms can be up and out. Okay. So it depends on what you want to do. Stay and breathe in and out through the nose. Halfway there. Good, Sam. You fall, get back in for 3, 2, and 1. Good. And then come out, shake it out. Tree, left side. Okay. Ground down, bring the left foot to the inside of the right calf, the inner part of the right thigh. Ground down, belly is in. Bring the hands up, again, either to mudra, or the palms can be up and out against the body, whatever it is that you need. The belly is still pulled to the spine as you breathe. Standing strong. Good, Margaret. Deep breath in and out through the nose. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Almost there for 3, 2, and 1. Good. And then lower, come out, shake it out. Grab a small sip of water if that would help you. Top of the mat, extended mountain, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Again, breath still stays in and out through the nose. Halfway. Fold. And walk the legs out to the middle of the mat. Drop to the knees. Rise to camel. So you're going to stand on the knees, hands to the back pocket. Open up. Take the head back. So really push from the hips. Take the head back. Let it rest on the shoulder blades. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Inhale and exhale. Stay here. Keep breathing. One more inhale and exhale. Good. Slowly come out of that and then just sit down on the heels or sit on your block, hands to the knees. Close the eyes. Again, when we're going to do a deep opener, we're going to just come back to neutral. We're going to use our breath to calm things down. Deep breath in, deep breath out. In and out through the nose. Slowing everything down. We've done a lot of intense work tonight, especially with the hips. Inhale, exhale, breath in, breath out. Inhale, exhale. Good. Couple more breaths. Good. And then stay here on the heels. Take the hands to the head. You're going to inhale the elbows together, exhale out. Okay, again, we're going to bring some energy to that heart chakra. Inhale, exhale. Elbows come in, they go out. It's kind of like butterfly wings. Got 3 more. 2 and 1. Good. And then slowly come out of that. Find your way out and sit down. Straddle the legs. Okay. So you're going to open the legs wide. You're going to be on your sit bones. You're going to grab for both legs. Take the straddle. Okay. Grab for both legs. Deep breath in, deep breath out. You can grab the toes. Lean in and out through the nose. Couple more breaths here. Good. And then bound angle, bring the soles of the feet together. Breath is still in and out through the nose. Our practice tonight is still powerful. You should be quite warm if you've been doing the in and out through the nose. Okay, even though we're not doing like a heavy flow, you should be. I'm like sweating over here. So, and I'm having to talk the practice. So hopefully it's landing in your body where you feel that heat, the tapas. Keep breathing. One more inhale. One more exhale as you come up and out. We're going to take reverse tabletop. So again, you're going to, the fingers are going to be facing the heels. You're going to push yourself up. Take the head back. You're going to hold your body weight. You're going to be in and out through the nose. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. You're going to slowly lower the seat. You're going to extend the feet out in front of you. This dog's going crazy with the toy. Grab the big toes. Okay. In and out through the nose. Inhale and exhale. Keep pulling. Inhale. Exhale. Breath in. Breath out. Good. And then slowly come out. You're going to hook the left arm under that left knee. You're going to, the right hand can come behind you. You're going to rock that left you're going to like swing the hip and rock. We're going to be here for about 10 breaths. So the breath is still in and out through the nose. Halfway. Keep going. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Then you're going to take the left leg. You're going to drop it over on the right. You're going to swing the right leg in. And you're going to get your sit bones down onto the ground. Okay. So don't worry about stacking the knees or the ankle draws. Just let's really focus on getting the sit bones on the mat. So see if you can maybe take your hand or the hip and get them down. Okay. If you can get the legs to stack, fine, or the ankles to line up, fine. Okay. But if not, it's all okay. All right. So lean in, deep breath in, deep breath out. Lean to that top knee. And again, we're going to stay in a hold position. So the breath is in and out through the nose. Okay. This is the last little bit of a release in those hips, the hip flexors, outside of the abductors. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Couple more breaths here. See what's available without judgment. Maybe there's something else that you still need to release. Okay. Coming back to this, I didn't sign up for this sort of thing. Maybe there's something, maybe there's the lesson in this. Okay. How do we turn it out? How do we release a resentment, a bitterness, a frustration, or an anger? Because this is where it sits here in the hips. And use this as an opportunity maybe to just release one more thing that might have come up in your practice. 3, 2, and 1. Oh. Slowly come out. Okay, and then you can drop the left knee down. You're going to hook the right arm under that right knee. And again, we're going to do just the opening back and forth. Okay. In and out through the nose. Okay. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Keep moving, keep swinging. Okay. Whatever that looks like. Again, the issues are in the tissues, especially in this area. So we're just kind of hoping that this is going to be like a rotor-rooter. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Couple more here. In and out through the nose. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Bring the left leg underneath and then drop the right leg. Okay, again, find your way onto the sit bones. Okay, so I would rather you have your sit bones on the mat than trying to line up the ankles or the feet, those or the knees. That can be secondary. Okay, deep breath in, and then you're going to lean to that top knee, hold and breathe. Last little bit for in and out through the nose. Couple more breaths. Good. And then slowly come out. All right. Oh, take the legs one more time out. Grab the big toes. Pull. Pull. Good. And then pull. Then take the arms out to the side as you get yourself down. You can use your belly to go down. Oh, bring the right knee into the chest. Hug in. Hey, stop it. Okay, pull in so much that you feel a pinch at the colon. You can switch to nose and mouth breathing if you want. You can keep it all the way for the nose breathing to finish off. It's up to you. Supine twist, guide the right knee over to the left. T-top that right arm. Good. And then release. Bring the left knee in, hug in, arms at the rib cage. Supine twist, guide the left knee over to the right, T-top that left arm. And then release right into Shavasana. Feet flop open. Palms face the ceiling. Eyes are closed. We did start a few minutes late just because we had a longer Dharma talk this morning. So we'll if you're okay with it, we'll go about maybe 10 minutes for Shavasana. So just settle in, just knowing that we did an intense hip opener. And now we did quite a lot of intense work with the hips, the legs, heart chakra. And now it's time to receive the benefits of your practice. Inhale and exhale. And just let it all go. For the next few minutes in Shavasana, just see if you can allow yourself this deep rest. Stay in Shavasana. I'm going to read from The Way of the Dragonfly, 101 Maxims for Leading a High Vibrational and Conscious Life. Maximum number 16. Be present in the now. The present moment is the only time over which we have dominion. Thich Nhat Hanh. Be present in the now, letting go of the past and releasing the future. The past, like canyon walls etched in stone, remains immutable. Its lessons and gifts carved for your understanding. Receive them with grace, but linger not. Likewise, do not dwell anxiously on futures yet to unfold. Focus instead on sowing seeds today for the harvest you hope to reap. The true essence of time is this very moment. Now shimmers fresh as sunlight on rippling water, fleeting as a bird's wing in flight. To grasp at it, bridge, brings only frustration, for presence needs no grasping. It simply is, endlessly renewing itself in the eternal flow. Troubles and dreams rise and fall like the waves, but beneath them lies the stillness of a quantum field's infinite now. Anchored in the sacred I am, you can weather any storm. Choose peace, compassion, and wisdom in this moment. Tend to it with care, allowing your presence to blossom and seed hope into eternity. In this way, you bless not only yourself, but the world. In your journal or meditation this week, as you go through your week, reflect on how often, excuse me, you find yourself caught up with the thoughts of the past or worries about the future. What might change if you anchored yourself more fully in the present moment? Write about how choosing to be present could bring about more peace, compassion, and wisdom into your life. How can you better tend to this moment with care and seed hope for what's to come? Be present in the now. Start to bring in some slow movement, wiggling the fingers and the toes, just ever so slowly, deepening the breath. One more, take a deep, full breath from the bottom of the feet, through the knees, the thighs, the chest, the arms, the shoulders, up through the throat, the third eye, and out through the head. And then the last one from the crown, third eye, the throat, the heart, the rib cage, the stomach, the pubic bone, the pelvic bone, hamstrings, calves, and back out through the ankles. Gently rock and roll up back to a seated position. So just take your time. Maybe you want to roll to your right side and then get yourself up to a seated position. Whatever it is, bring the hands to center. Closing the eyes, coming back to how we started class with just presence. Choosing presence, the present moment. It's the biggest gift that you can give to yourself and to someone else. Take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath out. Inhale together for one collective Om. Ah. Hands to third eye, top of the forehead bow. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Thank you, Sam, Margaret, for your beautiful practice, for being present with me and holding presence for those that cannot practice yoga. I appreciate both of you, and I appreciate myself. Together we all say, Namaste. All right, roll in. Okay.